Hi, yes. Hi. This is the third segment of talking about Ascension, and I'm here as one of the angelic realms, as one of the archangels, as Archangel Michael, to disclose more information about the Ascension process and how to live more in peace and harmony within. So, this shift is actually an inward shift. It's a shift, as we repeat from last segment, for those that are new watchers, it's a shift from here, which pretty much you're locked into mainly thoughts and emotions, and it's shifting from here to inside here to your intuitive knowing, and that intuitive knowing is where you're able to no longer exist inside of a state of fear. So. What's happening right now is as the earth is rising in vibrations energetically, then the fear is leaving the earth, and those souls that are still holding on to these emotional attachments and these ego attachments are actually starting to feel more irritated and feel more confused, and to feel more chaotic inside. So this is a time in which those souls are here to uplift the earth, are here to uphold the light, and you uphold the light as a star seed and as a light worker, and you no longer need to look to another soul to fulfill who you are, meaning that you're able to be inside here, as when you're only inside here, then you're always looking outside of yourself to be fulfilled. Now, this is a very important topic that we feel that as of the angelic realms of the Galactic Federation of Light, that that a lot of the star seeds and light workers are dealing with right now. So when we talk about not living right here, what we're talking about is shifting to the intuitive knowing, and this is not something new. Meaning that hasn't been talked about before. It's been talked about plenty of times, but the thing about it is being able to actually practice it, because we see a lot of star seeds and light workers feeling you can shift cosmically through just here, through just thoughts, through just identifying with ego, and that's clearly not the way to ascension. As if it was, then there would not be this deep connection that you feel when you shift here. And you notice there's a difference when you're able to still the mind, you're able to still what's going on up here, then you're able to shift here, you're able to actually live beyond the conditioning of your life. So, say you live or you grow up poor or you grow up rich, you grow up a certain ethnicity, or you grow up in a certain social status, or you grow up learning a certain language, and any kind of division that's taught in society is able to be experienced. Meaning, you go through a number of suffering, of years of suffering, and then now is the point in which we ask of your angelic guardians of the Galactic Federation of Light to release that. Meaning, in order to release all the conditioning that you've gained over the years, it's important to realize that you no longer need it as you transition into the higher dimensions. So this is similar to being upgraded in terms of us. It's similar to a computer being upgraded. Whenever you have a new computer and you have an upgrade in the computer no longer needs to stay in that old format. And now that's what's happening. The old format is based on ego attachments, mind attachments, a lot of attachments to thoughts, a lot of attachments to emotions, a lot of attachments to painful memories, and those are the ego attachments we're talking about. We're not here to say, forget out everything that you've learned as far as your memory. Your memory itself is what remains still, meaning it remains in a sense of recording history, but outside of that is who you are right now. Now, who you are right now is not a collection of memories, meaning the collection of memories is only a reflection of who you are. So when you step inside of this moment, then you feel a sense of peace, you feel a sense of harmony, you feel a sense of grace. Now, this grace is something that happens naturally, and for those star seeds and light workers that are trying to look at this grace through feeling, I can look at this book, and somehow from reading this book I'm able to attain more grace, and that's simply not true. Meaning, whenever you're reading, you're able to realize that it's actually a connection outside of yourself that you're trying to connect to. So you're looking at a page, or you're looking on your computer screen, and this is actually based in form still. So while you're based in form, meaning while you're trying to feel like you can attain a sense of grace outside of yourself, then you're living in an illusion. And in no way are we saying, oh, stop reading everything you're reading, or stop reading at all. We're saying to not identify who you are with the thoughts that you read. So that's able to elevate your consciousness even more, so that way you're able to read the Akashic records of another soul with ease. Now, for some souls that are locked in belief system, this will seem impossible to actually be able to read the Akashic records, meaning the memories of another soul. Now, we're not here to impose our will on anyone. We're not here to confuse anyone. We're here to help you and assist you to live more in peace inside of yourself. So this is not about, oh, you're here to stop our progress. It's not about, oh, why are you talking about this way, ascension process in such a way. I miss the old slideshows. Why don't we go back to those? It's not about that. It's about you accepting who you are within. So this is not a test. This is actually a level playing ground for you to realize where you're at in your consciousness right now. If you feel as if you need to attach to old ways of communication, meaning if you feel that you need to go back in your past to try to realize who you are right now, then you're consistently living in illusions. Because every new moment is only embraced right now, and it's not to be embraced in the past, meaning how can you embrace this moment when you're trying to exist in the past consistently? And then the mind tries to exist either in the past or the future. So the actual existence of this moment is often lost when you're lost here. That's why we ask you to shift here as a collective group of light. So that way you're no longer living in fear. You're no longer living in chaos. You're no longer living in a state of hate, because you're able to actually transcend that state. And that's why it's important to live in the moment right now. So that way you're able to no longer vibrate at a lower density, meaning lower density is where you're able to be controlled easily as far as thoughts and emotions. And then as you shift into higher density, what that means is you're able to no longer exist in those same limitations. So in higher density, then you're able to transcend the limits of lower density, meaning whatever's seen as solid right now, say this wall, for instance, right here, is considered to be solid. Now, this wall is considered to be solid because the mind has actually made an agreement to actually perform that role. Now, the consciousness itself is what actually creates the reality of this seeming to be solid. Whereas this world has taught that the actual existence of, say, such a wall right here is actually from the creation of the mind itself. But that's not the case, meaning how can the mind create such a thing when the mind is only here to record and reflect or judge? The mind can only take a step back, meaning your consciousness is here to elevate to a higher frequency. Now, when your frequency is higher, then that means that you're no longer caught up in judgments and beliefs and lies and deception, and you're more shifting into your inner intuition and inner knowing. Now, as you can sense by now, this also means that there's a lot of star seeds and there's a lot of light workers that are here right now on the earth, meaning you are here to unfold this process of the divine plan. Now, the divine plan itself is to have ascension be set on the earth, and it's not in a particular date, meaning it's not saying, oh, this is the one day, or these are the 2 days in which ascension is going to happen, because ascension has been an ongoing process. Now, that means that ascension is only being able to access this point now, meaning as you're able to pay attention to your breath, you're able to realize that there's an inner shift that happens inside. Now, the breath itself is not physical, and you can notice that, and that means that it's a sign of having a deeper connection within. Now, for those star seeds and light workers that are getting caught up in drama, it's important to take a step back, and we don't mean physically, always take a step back, meaning in terms of confrontation, but actually to feel the energy inside and to take a few deep breaths. Because what that allows you to do is it allows you to feel more of the presence inside. Now that you're feeling the more of the presence inside, you're realizing that it's natural. So you notice that when talking, you're able to talk naturally and not have to refer to books, or you see I'm not showing you articles and such as I'm talking to you, because it's a clear, direct communication. Now that's what an upgraded consciousness is about. It's about being able to have a clear, direct communication with those souls that are here to serve the light. Now, this is important. So for those souls asking, wasn't I an angel before in a past life? How can I awaken? Or I've had angel-like experiences for some souls as I read all the comments, and I'm here to inform those souls that are seeking such knowledge to realize that it is within yourself, within your intuitive knowing. So all souls true are from the source. So those souls on the planet that are considered to be good or bad are actually those souls that are actually from source, here to express and evolve at their own rate of consciousness. So no soul is being forced to ascend this lifetime around. And it's clear that you can see many souls have not ascended this lifetime around, that have come and gone already. So what's happening right now, it's a shift. So it's a bridge. So if you can imagine, like similar to how hands bridge together, when you shift out of the state of fear, then what you're doing is you're choosing to shift more inward, and you're choosing to detach more here, and you're choosing to detach more on the outside world, what the mind sees as real, because this is all a holographic reality, meaning none of this is real in physicality, meaning we of the Galactic Federation of Light, of the angelic realms, have actually created this reality with our holographic technology sent from Prime Creator. So Prime Creator has given us the information and the ability to create technology that has actually helped to create this reality and create this earth. So our purpose is only to allow those star seeds and light workers and those souls that are open to our guidance to see that this world wasn't just created out of thin air, as was often talked in religious texts and different books. This world was actually created out of a consciousness and of an energy, and actually physical beings are actually have helped to create this world, as well as all the species that exist on this world. So as you can sense by now, we are what's considered to be the immortal beings of light, meaning that we've transcended the state of physical death, and now we're able to exist in a state of higher consciousness. We're able to exist in a state of pure oneness and pure harmony. Now, when you talk about such things, only those advanced souls are able to communicate with such fluidity in such a topic. As you can sense by now, we are in no way to say that we're better than any soul on this earth. We're all here to unite with those souls that are open to uniting. Now, uniting is not in a here activity and feeling, oh, I can unite just by saying, in the mind, oh, I think I can unite, so I am united. And that's not how it works. If it was, then souls that still commit all kind of crimes and destruction on the planet would be able to still commit those acts, and then after they're done, they can easily say, oh, I'm united as one because I'm serving my country, and that's what uniting is about. But that's not what it's about in the higher realms, meaning that war and destruction and chaos is not about uniting inside of a small group. It's about uniting with the whole collective. So that's why the shift is shifting from here to here and more inward. So for those souls that are still holding on to the fear, that are still holding on to the drama, it's important to realize that fighting is not the way. And if it was, then peace would not be talked about as importantly as it's talked about now on the earth. So peace is obviously what you can sense by now. What is the way, and what is how we exist on the angelic realms of the Galactic Federation of Light on this dimension. Now, as you shift more inward, then what you're doing is you're accepting who you are more. You're living more in the light. You're living more in the consciousness that you are. Acceptance is only in the intuitive knowing of who you are as being from Source. So as you awaken, you're actually vibrating. As you vibrate your frequency at a higher level, then you're actually able to reach those frequencies of us of the angelic realms, collectively with the Galactic Federation of Light, to assist and guide this planet to live in a higher state of consciousness. And yeah, that's all we're here to share right now in this clip. So yeah, sending you much harmony, bliss, and abundance from now and forever. Much peace, harmony, joy, and acceptance.